If you are ready for a new part of your life to become very lucky and abundant, Jupiter has now officially entered the sign of Cancer. The planet Jupiter is all about luck and abundance, and it has this way of expanding upon anything it touches within your birth chart. Cancer energy is primarily known for being very nurturing. It is known for our home life. Cancer energy also has a lot to do with our family members, what our family looks like, and also like the place that you actually live as well. Cancer energy is very rooted in like our upbringings and our nurturance, the things that makes us feel very nostalgic as well. So we are going to start to see a lot of things happening throughout our society that puts a big focus on those areas of life. It can be easily predicted that when Jupiter enters the sign of Cancer, which it really hasn't been in since about 2013, it is going to really shift and change us as a society. And throughout the next year, we are going to be focusing on really more Cancerian themes throughout all of society. When we just experienced Jupiter in the sign of Gemini, we saw a lot of things involving communications pop up in our media. It was the rise of yapping. Everybody wanted a podcast. During Jupiter in Gemini, there was so much planetary focus and emphasis really on communications. We also saw a ton of people who were Gemini suns in the media. Music artists, entertainers, performers, or just people generally in the media all had kind of like Gemini suns as well. And we're going to experience kind of like a similar shift when Jupiter enters the sign of Cancer, where we're definitely going to see more Cancer placements in the media. We might see more Cancer suns in the media specifically, but we will also see like Cancer moons and just a lot of people who have a lot of planetary focus on Cancer energy in their chart. And we're also going to start to see a lot of things shift and change throughout the next year because Jupiter is going to remain in the sign of Cancer for about a year. So we're going to see a big shift and change into more Cancerian themes. Like we might see more people starting to save up to purchase homes. We might see people purchasing more homes. We could also see, and not necessarily the summer, but throughout, once we finally get into the groove of Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, we could start to see things changing with mortgage rates as well, because Cancer energy is very associated with home life. Taurus energy is as well, but Taurus energy is more about luxuries, the finer things in life, our finances, and Taurus energy rules over physical building structure. But Cancer energy is more about like our nurturing, our upbringing, where we live, like the house that you're actually in, like that type of stuff. So we're most likely going to see some sort of change with mortgage rates as well. And especially like in June, we could even begin to see kind of like a foreshadowing of this, because right now on June 10th, Jupiter is at 0 degrees of Cancer. So there's going to be a change and a shift into people saving up to purchase homes. In June alone, we might start to see kind of like a little bit of a change with like the way that we're experiencing this Cancer energy, because currently right now in June of 2025, we have Saturn and Neptune squared to Jupiter in Cancer at 0 degrees of Cancer. There's going to be some sort of like hiccup there. Like there's going to be some sort of like little hiccup where there's a little bit of tension, but once we reach about July, August, and into the fall, things are going to be more smooth sailing. And again, people might start focusing more on home life. They might really start focusing more on like having families. People might also be more focused on women in the media at this time as well, because Cancer energy is very associated with women. Cancer energy rules over the 4th house, which is also associated with women and mother figures and things of that nature. So we're going to see more of like a shift as well. It's also possible that we could start to see more things initiate within our society, because Cancer is a cardinal water sign. It initiates things, kind of like Aries energy or Libra energy or Capricorn energy. Cardinal placements tend to do all of the initiation and things. So we're going to see some sort of like initiation within society with something. And again, this could be about home life. This could be about our families. This could be about purchasing homes. And again, there could be more focus during this time on like people having children, and there could be more focus on social media as well about like homes, saving up to purchase a home, mortgage interest rates, things like that. We also are seeing like some celebrities who are pregnant. We might see that theme pop up more within the next year. There's going to be a lot more focus on like mother figures in our media, in our society. Even the things you see on social media, there's going to be more focus on women, mother figures. We might also again see, again, I keep going back to it, but like things about like mortgage mortgage interest rates and purchasing homes. And even if people aren't necessarily purchasing homes, they will be talking about it. People will be talking about investing in real estate, and they'll be talking about their quality of their home life and like how they can improve it as well. That's like a prediction that I think is most likely going to manifest, because again, Cancer energy is all about our home life, where we actually live, and our emotions. I think that we will most likely see very, very strong emotions in June of 2025, and that's because we have Jupiter at 0 degrees of Cancer squared to both Saturn in Aries and Neptune in Aries. However, things will lighten up a little bit more in the summer, in the fall, in the spring, when we still are experiencing Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. But like right now, we might be experiencing very intense emotions in the media, where like something could have happened where there's just like a lot of intensity around it. However, things are going to shift and change just so it won't be as intense. But once it's really directly squared to those two planets, it's going to happen. We might not 100% fully experience Jupiter in the sign of Cancer yet until about July as well, because Saturn tends to restrict things a little bit, and Saturn being squared to Jupiter, there could be some sort of tension there, and it could restrict the full effects of Jupiter in Cancer. So like we could be thinking about like switching homes, buying homes, etc., but then it won't actually manifest. We'll just be kind of thinking about it until this summer, until like July, August, and especially in the fall. And then when Jupiter goes retrograde in November, things are going to start manifesting a little bit faster. So that's most likely what is going to happen for us as a society with Jupiter in Cancer. Again, Jupiter tends to expand upon everything it touches. So the main thing about Jupiter entering the sign of Cancer is that we're going to have so much focus in the media about home life, women, mother figure, who you live with, your family members, and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and go through all the rising signs to give you kind of a sense of how this will affect you based on your rising sign and what you can kind of expect within the next year with Jupiter now in the sign of Cancer. However, be sure to check your sun, moon, and rising to gain a full picture of how this will affect you. So starting with Aries Rising, if you're an Aries Rising, Jupiter is going to be transiting your 4th house of Cancer. And for you specifically, this will definitely put a major planetary emphasis and focus on the women in your life. It's very possible that, especially with Pluto currently transiting your 11th house of Aquarius, you could meet a lot more friends who are women. You could find that there's this huge influx of women in your life for some reason. You could enter a new friend group with women. You could be creating content on social media that women really like. And there's just like a ton of women in your life. And starting now in June, you're going to see this huge influx of just women coming into your life, and you're going to be networking with them more and more often. There's just going to be a ton of women entering your life. And this is going to definitely manifest in the way that it's going to be more social networking and like friend groups and groups of people, being at concerts and seeing a ton of women. Because Pluto's currently in Aquarius transiting your 11th house, it's most likely going to manifest in that way. However, with Jupiter transiting your 4th house, you will also find that there's going to be some sort of change with your living environment specifically, because Jupiter transiting Cancer, societally, that's going to affect our living situations, but because it also is in your 4th house, which is what Cancer rules over, you are most likely going to feel this the most, Aries Rising. You, in particular, throughout the next year, you could all of a sudden purchase a new home. You specifically will most likely feel this because, again, the 4th house is all about our actual homes. And when Jupiter transits that house for you, it is more likely to actually manifest. Like you are more likely to purchase a home within the next year because, again, Jupiter expands upon everything it touches, but it also brings a ton of luck there as well. So you are most likely going to be very lucky this year if you decide to switch homes, if you decide to purchase a home. It's also more likely if you want to get a home loan, you're more likely to be approved to get a loan. You're more likely to fall into like a sudden inheritance that will allow you to purchase a home. Something like that will happen to you, Aries Rising, that will allow for this to manifest for you. If you're a Taurus Rising, a huge planetary focus on your social media presence. Right now you have Pluto transiting your 10th house of Aquarius, and you are experiencing a huge transformation in who you are in the public eye, like how people see you. You might also start to have a different relationship with fame and visibility than you had previously. And other people could be looking towards you to be like this person who is going to be in the public eye, who is going to entertain them, who is going to be this figure in the world, who is going to be like the guiding light for other people. And you're going to experience so much transformation and intensity in this. And with Jupiter now entering your 3rd house of Cancer, you're going to find that social media might begin to be one of those things that you're going to have to constantly start posting on in order to really feed into the fact that Pluto is transiting your 10th house. So it's like more likely that that's going to manifest for you. You might also find that during this time throughout the next year, you could have this huge influx of like wanting to write, wanting to talk, wanting to communicate. You could also have really good creative ideas at this time as well. So like you could have some like really different, unique ideas that are very rooted in emotions and like nurturing other people. You could have some ideas for songwriting, for writing a book. You could also start a podcast as well, because the way that Jupiter and Gemini affected you, you most likely had a big increase in your finances throughout the last year. But now you are more likely to want to speak and communicate and share who you are to everybody. It's also very possible that you might, again, start like a podcast, start a blog, start a YouTube channel that you simply just talk. And it really helps you with the fact that Pluto is now transiting your 10th house. Like Pluto is going to transform you and it wants you to be in the public eye in some way. And this is going to feed into this. Another thing that you're going to be experiencing at the same time that Jupiter is transiting your 3rd house is the fact that Saturn is now in your 12th house. So you might be spending more time by yourself. And this is going to give you that opportunity to really like tap into your creative gifts, your creative communication, and write that song, start that podcast, start that YouTube channel. Start something that you're going to be communicating to people, and you're going to find a lot of abundance there. It's also very possible, Taurus Rising, that you will also have a major presence on social media during this time as well. Again, Pluto going through your 10th house is going to bring this new rebirth of like you in the public eye, you entertaining people, people knowing who you are, having a lot of visibility. And with Jupiter now transiting your 3rd house, this is going to really, really expand upon your social media presence, like mass social media following, easy viral videos, that type of energy. Gemini Rising, Jupiter now transiting the sign of Cancer for you is going to put a huge planetary emphasis on your finances. It's very possible that throughout the next year, you either start a business, start a side hustle that allows you to really, really tap into this energy that will allow you to have so much expansion upon how much money you make. It's very possible that you could receive a huge increase in your earning power. And the 2nd house in astrology is very, very associated with your earning power. The 8th house is the other money house, and the 8th house is more about other people's resources. And with the 8th house, it's more like there's somebody who's going to come into your life like an angel investor and give you the money. Whereas like when it's transiting your 2nd house, which it is for you, Gemini Rising, so you're going to actually find that you're going to start doing things that are going to allow you to just like really exponentially increase your earning power. Like you could do something or create a product that goes viral, and then all of a sudden you see this huge influx in your finances. Like your money making ability goes skyrocketing the rest of 2025 and into 2026. There's something that's going to happen for you, Gemini Rising, that is going to allow this to manifest for you. And again, Jupiter is also going to bring a lot of luck in your own personal earning power. It's also very possible that you could receive a huge confidence boost as well. Like there could be something in your life that is going to make you feel very, very confident. Somebody could be pushed into the media all of a sudden, and then that person makes you feel very confident. Something like that could happen for you. And then all of a sudden you could tap into that yourself and make a lot of money off of it. Like something like that could very, very easily happen for you, Gemini Rising. Throughout the last year, you also went through like a major glow up with Jupiter transiting your 1st house. But now it's time to really tap into that energy and make your money, like go make your bag, Gemini Rising, because this is going to be the year that like you are going to actually be able to manifest that. If you don't necessarily go like an untraditional route where you're a content creator or you have your own business or something like that, you might receive a large raise at work. Or another thing that could happen for you is you could be put in charge of sales, and you could be in charge of making money for an entire company. That could have something to do with that as well. And in turn, you could also receive a major raise because of that. Like you might be in charge of sales with the huge expansion on your earning power. However, it's still going to affect your own salary, and you're going to go up. Like your finances are going to go up exponentially. If you're a Cancer Rising, this is going to be a very life-changing year for you. You are going to have Jupiter transiting your 1st house of your identity, of yourself, your appearance, how other people perceive you and see you in real life. You might all of a sudden have a ton of people in your life reach out to you and talk to you about how good looking you are. You could have photos that go viral of you. You could have videos of just you being yourself go completely viral without actually doing anything than showing your appearance. It's also very likely that you could have some sort of luck with your appearance as well. Like maybe you start seeing things for how they actually are and you start actually reading things and fully understanding who you are as a person. There's going to be some sort of major luck that happens with your appearance. Again, and this could have something to do with a major glow up. Like maybe you change your hair color, get a new wardrobe, do your makeup differently. Maybe you also start working in the beauty world. Maybe if you decide to go and be like a makeup artist, there's going to be just like this abundance there for you. Another thing that's happening for you at the same time as Jupiter transiting your first house, Cancer Rising, is the fact that you have Saturn and Neptune transiting your 10th house, which is very important because it's going to bring a lot of karmic new beginnings to your career and how people see you in the public eye. So you might also start to be known for being an artist as well because of Neptune transiting your 10th house, or like as some sort of spiritual figure. But at the same time, it's like they see you in this light where you're this creative visionary, you are this spiritual leader, you are this artist, but they're all kind of focused on your appearance because of Jupiter transiting your first house. So the best thing you can do is really just tap into this energy of embracing the fact that people are going to find you very good looking throughout the next year. It's just going to help your career in the long term. You might also find that this could increase your finances as well and open doors of opportunity for you in order to be more visible in the public eye. And you might also find that you have the ability to increase your finances and make more money during this time as well if you tap into that energy, because you have Pluto also transiting your 8th house. And while this could very well bring a lot of very intense experiences for you, you could also receive a sudden, unexpected, massive gain, like financially as well during this time. So just keep that in mind. If you are able to navigate this energy properly, you will have a very, very powerful year. Leo Rising, Jupiter in Cancer is about to transit your 12th house of spirituality. It is kind of like the house where it has a lot of intense things as well. It's ruled by Pisces. However, it's all about like closure before new beginnings begin. The 12th house is like closing things up. It is all about being alone by yourself. It also has a lot of very intense themes that I don't necessarily like to touch upon, but the 12th house can be kind of intense. When you have Jupiter transiting your 12th house, it can manifest more in a fortunate way for you because Jupiter is more about luck, expansion, good fortune, and just like good things happening to you. So when you have Jupiter transiting your 12th house, it's more than likely that you will be more spiritually protected from the negative effects of the 12th house. Like you will be protected from it. If you were to have a different planet transiting your 12th house, it might not manifest that way. But because it's Jupiter, it is more likely to bring something very positive in your life. Something very good will happen to you. You could also find that you could be spending more time alone throughout the next year. However, the thing about that is like you could be going through a glow up. Like you could be going through a major transformation, Leo Rising, that will allow you to become a brand new version of you once Jupiter enters the sign of Leo next year. So it's definitely going to be more like spiritual protection for you. And it's going to be closing things up and going into like your cocoon this year. Like you're going to go into a cocoon that is going to allow you to transform into a new version of yourself. And then when you're ready, once we hit about 2026, 2027, you're going to be like the star. You are going to be this person who is going to come out of their cocoon as this beautiful butterfly, and people are going to be like obsessed with you. And especially now, this is going to be like your building year, Leo Rising, when you have Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, because of the way that the planets are right now and what they're going to turn into in 2026 when we have Jupiter entering the sign of Leo and the South Node entering Leo. Things are going to be like, this is like your cocoon year before you really become this major butterfly that everybody is going to look towards in the next year. Virgo Rising, Jupiter entering the sign of Cancer for you is going to be more about networking. People are going to start entering your life that are going to open doors of opportunities for you. There's going to be something that happens in your life that is going to be very, very positive and is going to really allow you to start networking with really powerful people. You might have very influential and very well-known people enter your life. You could also find yourself more and more in crowds of people. You could attend more concerts, parties, networking events, something that involves like a lot of people. You might might, again, find yourself in the middle of a concert with like a lot of people at the same time. You might also find, Virgo Rising, that throughout the last year, you had some sort of major breakthrough with your career. Like something could have happened where you got a major promotion at work, you received a major raise, you got a lot of visibility, you could have been posting more on social media and hustling to make your public image the way it is now. But once Jupiter enters your 11th house, it's going to continue that. You're not going to be hustling as much and working so hard to be in the public eye, but now it's more like you're going to take kind of like a step back and really allow yourself to start networking, and you're going to start attracting a lot of very positive allyships in your life as well. So again, you had like a big year last year, and now that Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer, you're going to attract more allyships. It's like you proved your credibility, you built trust with people with being in the public eye, and now people are going to open doors of opportunity and be like, oh, I really love this person, like let's invite them to my party. You might experience that, and because of this, you might experience a huge surge in your social media presence. You could receive a mass following. You could have viral videos all of the time. Stuff like that could happen to you very easily. And you might also find that this is going to be the year that you're going to have this huge growth on social media, and something very positive will happen for you as well. Libra Rising, you are about to have a very exciting year with Jupiter in Cancer transiting your 10th house of public image, reputation, and visibility. Jupiter transiting that is going to just bring this huge growth and expansion for you. You're going to have a lot of luck in the public eye. You are going to be in the public eye. People are going to know your name. People are going to know your face. And you might even feel more pulled to be something like a content creator or like a music artist or somebody who other people see. The 10th house is all about visibility and fame and long-term success. So you might find that you get pulled into being more of a content creator this year, or you get pulled into being more of an entertainer, especially because Pluto is now transiting your 5th house of spotlight energy, creation, romance, and things of that nature. So it's like you're more likely to be in kind of a different role than you were in the past, like even 15 years when you experienced Pluto and Capricorn. This is going to be completely new energy, and people are going to be looking towards you more as like an entertainer. If you work like some sort of corporate job, you might even actually switch career paths into working more entertainment side, or have a 100% creative based job. You could be more like a creative director or something like that. And you might also start to find that even if you're working like a corporate job, you'll still receive a ton of visibility. And you might also do things on the side where it's more entrepreneurial. You could have some sort of breakthrough this year that allows you to start your own business or like side hustle, and you could find this huge increase in these themes as well. You could somehow get on television, you could be in the public eye in some way, like you could show up to like some sort of like sport event and then you get on camera. Like that type of energy will happen to you in the next year. And you'll also be attracting creative people into your life as well, especially with Saturn in the sign of Aries and Neptune in the sign of Aries. For you specifically, will really attract very creative souls into your life. Photographers, video people, movie directors, TV producers, things like that. They're going to be very invested in you, and they're going to like you, and you might even get like picked up, you know, like how Pamela Anderson, she was like at a baseball game and then all of a sudden she got on camera and then got a modeling contract. That could very likely happen to you, Libra Rising, throughout the next year. And during this time, again, you might feel like this need to create things, again, like career and content creation, starting your own creative business, creating products that you hand make yourself. Something like that is going to happen for you within the next year, and you can expect to receive a ton of visibility and just like notoriety, and other people will see you in a very positive light as well. Scorpio Rising, Jupiter is about to transit your 9th house of Cancer, and this is going to bring a big expansion on travel for you and also higher education. Having this energy, you also have Saturn now transiting your 6th house of Aries. So this is going to be more tied into your day-to-day work routine, and it's also going to be tied into like who you are at work and like your coworkers. So you might find yourself traveling for work more often. You could be with your coworkers and going into more of a leadership position and traveling more and more with your job. You could go on more business trips. You could have more opportunities to increase your knowledge through higher education. Your company could pay for your master's degree or pay for your doctorate. You could also receive some sort of help from your company that you work for because they want you to rise into more of a leadership position. Like maybe you have X, Y, and Z title, but they want you to be like a vice president or even higher at your company, and they pay for your education so you can receive that next level. They might like pay for your MBA or something like that. That's more likely to happen for you, Scorpio rising, because with Saturn transiting the sign of Aries for you, this is going to be like a lot of stuff happening with your career and like your work life and your coworkers. And Saturn and Aries wants you to lead other people. Like it wants you to be the boss. It wants you to initiate things. It wants you to lead others. And with Jupiter transiting your ninth house, it's going to be like they want you to get there, but it's like they will most likely help you with education. And you might again have to start traveling for your job as well. Like maybe you have to go on business trips. Maybe if you live in New York City, they're like, okay, now you have to go to San Francisco for the weekend in order to attend this convention. Like that type of stuff might happen for you in the next year. However, it will allow you to really rise into that next level of work, to really climb up and like be that person who will have that major title at work as well. And people will look towards you as a leader. Again, Saturn and Aries transiting your sixth house wants you to lead others at work. It wants you to be the boss. It wants you to initiate things. And Jupiter transiting your ninth house is going to be like, now how do we get there before you have Jupiter transiting your 10th house in 2026, 2027. So it's again going to have you travel more. It's going to have you increase your knowledge. This could be also a year where you learn a lot of things in order to have like this foreshadowing year before you have Jupiter transit your 10th house. And again, this could be a year where like you go back to school, get that certificate, get that master's degree, get that MBA, get that doctorate that will allow you to become somebody in the public eye or have like this major managerial position at work. Sagittarius rising, when Jupiter enters the sign of Cancer, you are going to experience a lot of spiritual things happen to you. You might start to become more invested and interested in things like astrology or the occult, and you might also find yourself receiving a major unexpected raise at work or some sort of major unexpected inheritance or lump sum of money in your life. You might receive a major tax break. There could be something with taxes in your life that just like you have a lot of luck there. Like maybe you receive a major unexpected tax break, or something happens and you receive a large sudden inheritance. Something like that will happen to you throughout the next year. And again, you might have some sort of focus on magic in your life. I would say that the eighth house definitely has a lot of very intense themes. So it's very possible that you could receive a ton of things happening with eighth house themes as well, a lot of intensity. But at the same time, you might turn towards astrology and you might find that there's this like huge growth and expansion there within your life. And it just kind of happens for you. Like all of a sudden you're like reading the transits every single day, or like turning to doing tarot, or learning more about numerology or angel numbers or something like that, and interpreting the signs from the universe more and more often as it guides you. Another thing that's happening for Sagittarius risings at the same time that Jupiter is entering the sign of Cancer is the fact that you have Pluto transiting your third house of Aquarius. And this is more about social media for you and your intellect. And at the same time, you also have Saturn and Aries transiting your fifth house. So for you, this is more about like creativity and finding ways to tap into other people's resources so you can make massive gains. And I think for Sagittarius rising, this is going to be more likely to happen for you, that you create some sort of social media presence that allows you to really make massive gains. Again, you could start something like TikTok shop. You could create your own online shop that will allow you to just all of a sudden make a very sudden, unexpected gain throughout the next year. You might also find that there's a lot of intensity right now as it pertains to your social media presence and power there too. So you could be like very, very powerful right now if you continue to post. Your social media presence will transform and will allow you to really increase your finances substantially throughout the next year. If you're a Capricorn rising, this year is going to be your hot girl era, or whatever gender you prefer. But this is going to be your hot girl era. This is going to be the year where you're going to meet a ton of new people who enter your life, who want to be your best friend, who want to be your romantic partner, who want to be with you, who want to see you. You might also find that this is the year that you start attracting connections into your life that you really need for your career. Like if you're a music artist, maybe you sign to a record label, maybe you finally get everything that you've ever wanted. Maybe you finally start making a lot of new friends who open doors for you. Maybe you enter a new friend group. Maybe you start getting invited to a lot more parties. If you are interested in a romantic partner, maybe you start really seriously like trying to find somebody and you're on like apps and stuff. Or like another thing that could happen to you, Capricorn Rising, is like wherever you go, people just find you really, really hot and you kind of like steal the spotlight a little bit. Like wherever you're walking around, just people find you really attractive. And like this is the year where like everybody's gonna think you're so good looking, you're so charismatic, you're so magnetic, and like everybody wants to be in your life for some reason. And you'll get invites to go to parties, you'll get invitations to go to clubs, you might even get into places because of who you are. You might all of a sudden be at like backstage shows and getting VIP passes to things unexpectedly. Like somebody could slide into your DMs, they could be like, do you want to go to my concert? You can come backstage. Like that type of stuff will happen to you. You'll have a lot of luck as it pertains to long-term relationships. And again, you could meet some of your best friends throughout this entire year. And just like good things are going to start to happen for Capricorn Risings. This could also give you a huge transformation in your self-worth with Pluto currently transiting your second house. And in the long term, all these new opportunities that happen for you will lead to something bigger. Like if you're an artist, you could meet your business partners or somebody who wants to do like music production, music composition. You could meet a drummer, you could meet a guitar player. You could meet somebody that will allow you to really transform your self-confidence and self-worth and allow you to then increase your finances exponentially. Here in Aquarius Rising, Jupiter in Cancer is going to be transiting your sixth house of work life, daily routine, and really just like the mundane things. You might find yourself getting into a new work situation where you are working like a lot. Throughout the next year, you could be working hourly, or you could be a salesperson, or you could be even someone like a content creator where like you have to work in order to survive, basically. You could be in like one of those situations where like you could be trying to work long hours or just like work all of the time to make a lot of things in order to be able to survive, in order to become successful. You might also find that your life right now switches over to more social media based, or maybe like you're a content creator and people are really noticing you for your looks. Like people like the way that you look. They like your beauty, they like your hair, they like X, Y, and Z. And with Saturn transiting your third house of Aries as well as Neptune, you're going to start to take this a lot more seriously. And again, you might be in a position where like you are going to be working a lot and unintentionally, because Jupiter is going to expand and grow upon your sixth house, which is all about, it's like working really, really, really hard, basically. Like you're working a lot in order to become successful. So you're more likely to be overworking yourself or just like working all of the time, and stuff like that could happen. But you will also have really good health during this time as well. You might also go through kind of like a glow up because you could be working out a lot, intentionally or unintentionally. You could also be taking better care of your health throughout the next year, and you'll have really, really good health as well. Like you might never get sick throughout the next year. And you could be somebody who's like, if you got diagnosed with something previously, you could completely heal from it. You might be 100% good now. Like if you have allergies, maybe you overcome an allergy, like something lucky like that will happen for you. Like something really good will happen in your life that will be like very positive as it pertains to your home life, like as it pertains to like your work life and the mundane. And you'll see this transformation in your social media presence, and you will also see this major transformation in the way other people see you as well. If you're a Pisces rising, Jupiter in Cancer is going to allow you to really tap into your creative gifts in order to make something very powerful. You might find that throughout the next year, you become more creatively inspired, and just things happen in your life that are very, very positive that will allow you to become very inspired to create songs, to create content, create visual arts. A lot of things like that will happen to you, Pisces rising, that will allow you to be more into the spotlight. And you might also find that throughout this year, something will happen that will put you more and more into the spotlight. Again, maybe you're a content creator and you're going viral all the time, or maybe you're somebody who is an artist and you're sharing your work, and you'll find that you're creating a lot of stuff at this time as well. Like you're just creating like tons and tons of pieces, or like, you know how some music artists, they just have this urge to like create a lot of songs. You could be in that phase of your life where you just keep churning out content throughout the next year. And you having Pisces energy in general and being ruled by the planet Neptune, you'll find that this is going to really be happening for you. And another part of this is that Neptune, which you're ruled by, is now transiting your second house. So this is kind of how you're going to be making money off of creation. And Saturn transiting your second house as well is going to have you really take it seriously. Like you're gonna take your bookkeeping really seriously. You're gonna work really hard on making things and being creative, and you're gonna find a huge expansion in this as well. This could be the year for you that you create a huge abundance of work. Like if you're some sort of visual artist, you could be drawing every single day. Like every single day you're drawing. Or if you're a content creator, you're making videos every single day. You're doing photography every single day. If you're a songwriter or if you're a music artist, you're making music every single day of your life now, like multiple songs a day, like just churning them out like water. Like that type of stuff is about to happen for you, Pisces rising, throughout the next year. It's also possible that you could be having more fun too. Like good things will happen. It won't just be like you're making art all of the time, but like you'll be going to parties, you'll be going to clubs, you'll be doing a lot of things that involve whatever brings you the most joy. You're gonna start having a ton of fun like throughout the entire year. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post new videos every single week.